Okay, this is interesting. I'm just testing the live here on the YouTube channel, and so it actually does. Okay. Hi guys, this is Sharon Lewin of School Corridor, and I am very keen to start experimenting with the live on YouTube. So I am not sure if I'm going to see people coming up here because people don't really like the YouTube lives. Well, my people anyway. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, I see one person just came on, and it will be very interesting to see who you are. I'm just experimenting with YouTube Live. I'm not sure how it works. I'm on the mobile, and I had to jump through quite a few hoops here now to activate this. So say hi to me. Let me hear who's with me on the live. And yeah, so this looks quite interesting. So the color, oh, I can change my, oops, my goodness. Made myself look all blush, beam, normal, pop. Okay, this is quite interesting. Whoever's watching, I'm just testing the YouTube mobile live feature. So I just want to see how it works. Hi, Mohammed. Oh, you're from PE. Really learn a lot from your channel. Oh, wow. Hi, Mohammed. So are you following the school corridor on Facebook, or are you watching all the videos on the YouTube? And then let me know, are you teaching currently? Because that channel is sort of very specific in terms of, for teaching. So let me know. I'm glad you hopped on here. Do you also have your own channel? Do you have a YouTube channel? And this is the first time that I'm testing this, I just want to see what it's like. And oh, I see, Mohammed. So you follow oh, you're teaching grade 7 at the moment. So it must be really tough being at school and teaching. And grade 7 is like teaching matrics, right? They think they're the eldest and the seniors at primary school. So that's very interesting. Tell me, did you I don't know. Are you just a teacher, or are you holding one of the senior positions at school? Because I've just released a video on QMS, the new appraisal performance management system for teachers. So that seems to be quite popular. I see, if I watch my videos, then I can see that one is probably one that's working hard. So let me know, Mohammed. And your other teachers at your school, are they also on school corridor? And would you advise teachers to actually follow the YouTube channel? Because it's my desire to help teachers and give information, because sometimes I think teachers are too. I think sometimes teachers just don't want to ask the questions to their seniors or their colleagues, and so I'm trying to plug that gap with my channel. Yeah, so I'm glad you're here, so I can actually see it does work. And is there anything that you would like me to speak about in a video? What do you think? I'm going to argue for a while here. Um, what would interest you as a video topic? Because that is something that sometimes becomes a bit of a challenge for me, because how do I stay relevant? How do I tackle things that teachers want? And because I deal mainly with leadership and management, and of course, I do talk to well-being, and I try to touch on tech tools and so on. I don't really, dive into curriculum issues in terms of subject-specific information. because I think there are a lot of other experts around who can actually speak to particular subjects. Oh, you post level one. Okay, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be a post level two soon or a post level three. Yeah, I see the comments. So let me just see how, like I said to you, I'm not sure how to see. I see your comments popping up on the screen, but then I can't seem to, it doesn't stay for long. So let me just see. Live messages are visible. Okay, there we go. Right. So you watched the QMS video already. I went to two workshops so far. I'd advise everyone to do the same at the moment. I'm trying to learn about the whole issue around CPDD. Okay. Now, okay, what specifically about I watch your video. So when I go to an interview, yes, that's good. Listen now, the let me. I wonder how this thing works. Oh, I think when you put it up on screen, yeah. Mohammed, the videos on interviews. I think they're pretty popular, and I get a lot of, not, let me not say a lot. I do get the occasional message, inbox message from people who went on interviews, and they will let me know that they are now, that they've got a senior position, and then they thank me because they found the interview videos very useful. So I'm glad that you watched it. Yeah. Now I'm sure you're on the right track. Then just on CPTD, if you go to the YouTube, if you go to my channel, then you'll see I've got a CPTD video on there where I explain the process about how to navigate the CPTD IS website, and then so I explain that in some detail. So if there's anything else that you want to know, then you must let me know. But I think what is important for you, young people, young teachers, potential seniors, is that with the CPDD, the main thing is that you need to have the 150 points, and most of the points come from the category one, which is the ones where you have to initiate your own training, your own development. So, because you watch School Corridor, you could log the School Corridor video sessions as you must log it as your professional development training sessions. So if and then you could refer to the actual videos. So whatever I talk about, you can actually treat it as self-learning, and that you can score quite a few points. So if you already watched like QMS and you watch the interview videos and any other video, you can actually record it. You can log it on the site. You must just check with CPDD. They give you that drop down menu when you have to log the activities, and then you must just check to see under which of those broad headings you can place the advert or the live stream that you watched or whatever. Yeah, thanks so much. I see we've got another person watching. I'd really be, interested to know who's watching so that I can chat with you. And I just mentioned now to Mohammed, who was chatting with me. Thank you so much, Mohammed, for being, that you actually decided to chat because you didn't have to. That I just, I want to do the lives on YouTube via the computer. And then I saw that you can do lives on YouTube, but they have certain restrictions. So I was running through how to go on the live, and apparently, if you must first be verified and all that stuff, and I am verified as a YouTuber, and then of course you need a minimum of 25 subscribers, which I do have. Thank you for that, and then they said you must wait for about 24 hours before they activate your live. So when I pressed the live button now, I went live immediately. So that was very interesting. I thought, okay, then I am definitely verified, and I just went through automatically, right? So I'm glad that the two of you are here. I wonder if our other buddy won't just tell us, who you are, and so we can say hi to you, and then I could chat to you and hear. Oh, it's Iman. Hi, Iman. Oh, let me tell you. Oh, you got a notification. You got a notification, Iman. I was just explaining to Mohammed, who's from Mohammed. Help me out here. You're from PE. Let me just check Mohammed again. Yes, he's from. Oh gosh, Mohammed, I can't see that note. Iman, yes, I was just explaining to Mohammed, and I don't know if you heard, I've never gone live on YouTube, right? I know they have a live feature, but I'm fully aware that a lot of the teachers who follow School Corridor seem to like Facebook, and I so much want people to migrate to YouTube as well. Because YouTube is like a search engine. So when I put the videos on YouTube, then the videos are guaranteed to stay there forever. It doesn't disappear. And the YouTube channel also allows you to use it as a what's the word I'm looking for? Like I said, research base, you know, like an archive. So all the videos will stay there forever until I remove the videos, which I don't think is a feature of Facebook, because Facebook is not a search engine. YouTube is. And yeah, and so I just came on here to see if it works. So Iman, tell me, so you got a notification, which means that all the subscribers to the YouTube channel would have got a notification. Tell me, is there anything specific that you feel that I'm not touching on, Iman, in the videos that I'm doing? Because I'd like you guys to ask me questions, or drop me a question in the message box, like Facebook, and then just say, Sharon, I'd like you to talk about this, or I'm looking for information on whatever. And then I'll actually do the research and come back and then do the video so that others can also learn, from it. So that is actually my intention, right? This is really my mission in life, that I need to create opportunities for young teachers, because when I was a young teacher, I had so many mentors who helped and shaped me along the way, and made it possible for me to really add value in the education space. So I am just paying forward, basically. Okay. So Iman, is there anything that you want to tell me? How are you enjoying the videos on 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 Facebook, mainly Facebook or YouTube? Are you watching? Do you watch the videos on YouTube, or are you watching it on Facebook? Just let me know so that I can have sort of an indication. And then I just want to turn this. Oh, orientation is locked, so I can't even turn it. I was going to try to turn it the other way around. So Iman, just if you are still there or who's still online. Um, Muhammad says, I've completed a postgraduate degree in education. I know that DOE provides bursaries for honors, but seem to have difficulty. Yeah, just hold for me, Muhammad, because this is something that I have to get used to. But seem to have difficulty finding any for more. Do you know of a place I could look into? Okay. Yeah, I'm not aware of, bursaries for masters, but what I'll do is I'll start digging around and checking to see if I can, if I can help you, Muhammad. I know the universities usually give, and then of course, and then I'll mention it as soon as I get information, right? And I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but when I pull up the chat on the screen, then I'm sort of behind the chat. So Iman, I'm trying to pull your chat up here because you said something here. I love your videos. It's been really informative, and I've learned so much from your videos. Awesome stuff. So, Iman, are you operating under Chandre's name? Or is that Chandre talking now? I'm not too sure. Okay. Yeah. Um, there we go. Chandre. Yes, when I subscribed, let me see what you said. Oh, this is quite irritating, eh? Perhaps I should do this when I'm on my computer, because the messages just stay for a while. So you should probably okay. Chandra, am I talking to Chandra now or Iman? Because I think I saw Iman saying that when under your name, she's here. Okay, guys, then yeah, it's Iman here. Should oh, I see you were Chandra. Thank you, Iman. Now I get it. Now I get it. Okay, guys, then I want to say thanks. But if you feel and I'm just looking down because I'm trying to pull up the chat to see that I'm not missing out on any comments that you guys are making. This is quite something else here. Like they say, all chat things are visible, but I must then pull it up onto my screen and every time activate it. So Iman and Mohammed, I'm going to check to see if I can find any information about, whether there are bursaries available for master students. And if I do get such information, then I will chat about it on the, on either chat, probably on Facebook channel, because like I said, I'm having a bit of a challenge in terms of getting people to migrate to YouTube. And then Iman, yeah, if you can also just help me, direct me to things that you guys like. Like you'll notice when I go on, I think I went on live I often go on live on Facebook. And then one of the uh, department heads asked me about SMTs, where do you get that information? And then I made a video about that. Then another deputy asked me about, Sharon, can't you speak about QMS? Because we are confused about QMS and how do we do the work plan. So I developed a video around that. So if you do have any particular concept, it doesn't have to be major. It could be something which you think is going to sound silly, but remember, whatever information you're looking for is important to use, and that is how I see it, right? So I don't make judgment calls. When people ask me something, I would offer the advice, I would give the information, I would go and research if necessary. And because my whole intention is, my mission is to ensure that our young teachers, especially our young teachers, get as much information and as much knowledge that you can have, so that people don't bamboozle you guys, right? That you don't have to wait until you become a department head to understand how senior management works. Because I did not have that experience when I was at school, right? I had a very generous senior leaders. When I was a post-level 1 teacher, for example, I could do whatever my heart desired. If I wanted to serve on the finance committee, I was given that permission. If I wanted to do staff development, I was allowed to do that. Now I'm aware that at many schools, there's a pecking order, and it may not be at your school, but there is a pecking order, because the seniors always feel intimidated when younger people want to do more senior work. But you just want to equip yourself, because the Lord is going to place you in a position where you are going to have to take on that senior position, and then you can't get into the post and then learn. Okay. Yes, Iman, wonderful. So you must also work towards, becoming, take the opportunity to become a senior leader. Oh, you're going for the department head on Saturday. Oh my word! Wow! Listen, best wishes. And of course, you looked at the advert, and you've studied what they probably going to ask, and I'm sure you're going to do very well. And like Mohammed said, he also watched the interview videos that I put on Facebook. So maybe just scratch around there and see. But I'm sure you're going to do fantastic. Ma'am, if my school didn't, says Mohammed, if my school didn't register themselves on the CPDD site yet, is there any way, sorry, guys, you must just be patient with me. This thing has got its own style here. Is there any way I can log in on my own points? I'm really worried about, because it doesn't give me the option to log my own points. Yes. Mohammed, you should be able to log your own points. Remember, when you go onto the CPDD IS, the information system portal there on SACE, log in as a teacher. Watch that CPDD video that I made, right? So you log in on your name, whatever your username is, and then just follow that video because you can log all your points where you have done self-study, right? So, in other words, you've initiated your own professional development. And so you've done certain activities. So let's say, for example, you've gone to a curriculum workshop, right? Now you've been there, you're not sure if they logged it, then I would even advise you to log it under the category 1. You remember there are 3 different levels. The first one is teacher initiated. Those are the ones that you must record. So if you feel that perhaps people are not logging, your principal didn't assign somebody to log your staff meetings, your department meetings, because the system is a bit long-winded at the moment, and I think the system is, I'm talking about the CPTD system is lagging behind. So I would advise you that had you gone to a workshop, that you actually log it, but you log it under type 1, the type 1 activities. So when your school catches up with the information, right, then the school will populate it under school initiated. That is the type 2. What is currently happening at the district is that the district, this is a new development. The district is going to have the authority to log the points themselves. Now, up until last year, when we ran workshops, if for example, if I run a workshop, I have my attendance register there, I record all the information and I send it off to SACE so that SACE can log it. Now there's a massive backlog, which means that people will probably only see their points coming up in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years or something, right? So what I advised teachers to do is, even though you know it is the district official's responsibility or the organization's responsibility to log the points, if you are so concerned, then log the points under your type 1, right? So say, I've attended this workshop, because you don't have to declare that it wasn't initiated by you. You must just say, I attended this workshop, if it's on leadership and management, if it's on curriculum, if it's on using Google Drive, whatever it is, you just log it, check on that page to see where it will fit in, because they've got a number of categories there on the drop-down menu, right? Then you just record it, because you need 150 points over the 3 years. You must have activities, you must have some professional development activities under type 2 and type 3, but at this point, don't be too concerned about it, right? Just log it under yours so that you can pile on the points, and then after 3 years, you're going to get you will get a certificate from SACE. Now, I know last year quite a few people got gold certificates and silver certificates and so on. So when you get to the end of your 3 years, then you can start making a noise and saying, that you want your points. Because when you go for interviews, some of the schools are asking for those things. Iman says, I'm very curriculum orientated, so I'm still skeptical about managing because I just love teaching. Yeah, Iman, that's true. But remember, all senior managers, like your department heads, like your deputy principal and your principal, are effectively curriculum managers, right? And that is the shift that many of our senior managers must make. You are a curriculum manager with a particular management and leadership function to ensure that the learners get the best education, and they get that that they are competent, that they achieve, and that they succeed. That is really the role of the SMT. And so when you become a senior manager, you are essentially making sure that all those things that should be in place to ensure that the curriculum happens effectively are in place. So as a manager, as a department head, your job is to see that teachers plan well, right? They plan well, they must have all the documents, all the records in place. Because if they are well, if they organized, well organized, and they know what they're going to do, then you know that they are going to use their time in the class to teach effectively. Because if a teacher didn't plan and doesn't know where he or she is going, then they're going to just teach all over the place and they may not be covering the curriculum. Okay? So your job as a DH is to ensure that they're planning well so that they are organized and they are familiar with what they are going to do. So when they're in the classroom, they can actually just start delivering the curriculum. They can start teaching and learning because they've already done all their planning, right? So all the things that you must make sure that teachers have in place as a DH or as a deputy, as a principal, is essentially to make sure that everything is running like clockwork so that when the learners are being taught, that the learners are in fact being taught effectively. And I think that's part of the confusion. I know I'm getting carried away here again. Typical me, eh? Typical me. That is where I think many of us, well, in my view, go wrong. Because people always think when you become a manager, it's just about books and it's about checking records. And yes, there's a lot of admin. Yes, the department expects a lot. But everything that you're doing is to ensure that things are running well, systems are in place so that, this is critical, this is key, that the learners are going to get the best possible learning and teaching experience in the classroom, right? So, for example, why must your fences be up at your school? Why must you make sure that you have proper fencing and that you have proper security controls at the school? It's to make the school safe so that if the school is safe, everybody is calm, everything is sorted, and the learners can learn without being traumatized. Teachers can teach without being traumatized because the environment is safe. Are you getting what I'm saying here? So we just have to flip our thinking. And in my view, I'm just checking to see who put the comment here. Look at Muhammad. Muhammad, you cute man. Okay, so Bradley, hi Bradley, listen, I'm going to tell you now what I'm doing here. Yeah, thank you, Iman. So that for me is a challenge. Muhammad, let me just see what Muhammad is saying. I logged in as a spoken managed to log on. Oh man, you're such a smarty pants. Oh my goodness. I love this. But thank you so much. You have no idea how many workshops I've attended in the hope the DE the points to me. Okay, you such a typical modern person. Um, Bradley. Oh, hi Bradley. Man, I just love you on the chats and on my page, eh? But now look, I was not testing the YouTube. So I was just explaining to Iman and to Muhammad that that I'm just tasting. You know me. I'm quite yeah. I like learning. So what does Brady say? Somebody love it when you get carried away. Love the passion you have and the fact that you're always sharing knowledge is great. Yeah. Now, as I said earlier, thank you, Brad. I said earlier that this is my job. This is my mission in life. This is what the Lord wants me to do. I believe. And from my experience, what I've learned, knowledge must never be privatized. That if you knew my colleagues, they will tell you, I always said, knowledge should not be privatized. Don't treat it as if it belongs to you. Whatever we know, we learn from somebody else. And so I am like a real butterfly. I just make sure that everybody must get the information, must get the knowledge, because the more knowledge you have, the more the more value you add in people's lives. Ne? So if you tend to keep the information to yourself, then you acting like the emperor without clothes. You acting like you God, because people must come ask you for the information, and that, Bradley, is what I do at School Corridor. I want to break down those barriers. So I'm sure that many of my senior colleagues, when they see the information that they would try and privatize or not share with people, I put it openly on School Corridor, because my thing is, if you know, the more you know, the better decisions you'll make. And who's going to benefit? Only us in the system, right? I've got such a terrible picture on at the moment. I think, oh, yeah, normal, but I think it's my lighting here. So, yes, Bradley, no, thanks so much, Bradley. And you must let me know when you're becoming one of our seniors. I boast a lot about you youngsters. Yeah, agree 100%. Thank you, Iman. So, look at Muhammad. You see, now, this is what I love, man. Um, this is so different from my generation. When my generation, I'm just trying to put my lighting on so that I can eat, and then obviously I'm going to try to not keep you guys. Obviously, you can leave if you want to, but since we're having this lovely conversation, um, my generation is different. My generation always wants everybody to tell them what to do. Like people, we now have to move and try to use the online space. And then it's a whole struggle to get my generation to experiment with that. Whereas you youngsters, I'm looking at Mohammed, while I'm talking to him about size, and I said, log on and go log your points. While we're still having this conversation, he's already logging. So how can we not encourage our young people like you guys, because you have the right mindset, you are driven, you are passionate, you are focused, you know exactly what your vision is, what your mission is. You want to serve, you want to help, you want to move our children so that our children can become well-adjusted citizens who can really carve out a life for themselves. That is the view I have of young teachers, right? But sometimes you're stifled at school because people like me will come there and say, "No, you don't need to know this much, Bradley. That's all you need to know. Why must I do this? No, you don't need to still ask all those questions, right?" And so we keep people back all the time. So every time people retire, people leave, and then somebody new must come in, and then that person must start from scratch. No, you must hit the road running. You must hit the road running. So, guys, I'm going to do this, okay? And then you must come on. And then, of course, big request from Mohammed, Bradley, and Iman. Big request. If you all watch, thank you so much for being a subscriber on YouTube and my YouTube channel. Um, yes, let me see. We need the experience and the guidance. Yes, I truly believe that this is an amazing platform for us to improve. And sorry for that. I'm going to pull it up again. And because I feel so chuffed. 6 points, CPTD, veteran. Really, Swat? Yes, yeah. No, you do need the seniors, and the seniors need to pass on the baton, and they need to help you guys. And I mentioned right at the beginning, I think I've mentioned it more than once because I know Bradley's also a faithful school corridor fan. So I mentioned it there that, we need to share information, and you must give me questions. You can ask me any question. You don't have to be embarrassed about the question that you ask. I will then either do a video on it or a review, and often I don't mention names. I won't mention your name if you don't want your name mentioned. But it's nice because you keep me relevant when you ask questions that can help. Like now, Mohammed wanted to know about the CPTD, and we could sort that problem out immediately, right, Mohammed? Without any drama. So that is the role of school corridor, right? Get rid of all the roadblocks. Get you guys to be more energized. Don't get hung up about stuff that shouldn't really get you hung up. Ne? So thanks so much for being such wonderful participants here on the live. And then, of course, I'll try it again, and I'm going to encourage my, Facebook followers to go onto live. What I want to do is, as a closing shot, is I want to do the Google Docs because I was requested to do that, and so I haven't really started that because I was really busy with some personal stuff here as well. So my time got caught up, and so I want to do it as a live, right? So now I know at least that you guys are around. So I want to show people how to use Google Docs, and then I let people actually sit when I do the live. My idea is that people must sit with their computers or sit with their phones, and then while I'm busy, actually do it so that those who don't know can learn as well. So thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Brad. I'll see you guys next time. I really enjoyed it. See you, Iman. See you, Mohammed. See you, Bradley, go well, stay strong. Iman, enjoy Saturday's interview. I'm having all my fingers crossed for you. Okay? Cheerio. See you then. Bye bye.